That wasn't marred. That shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24 and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about. What the hell is your problem? Not a weak right triceps, that's for sure. I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful. Sensing anger. I don't understand why. You vandalized our game, son. He tries to calm himself. We can't play petanque with 5 bowls. I thought it was shot put. Well, it damn well isn't. It's petanque. Petanque. You ruined the petanque game. We want our bowl back. Take it easy, Renee. The jolly one tries to defuse the situation. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done. Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. The heel of his cavalry boot slams into the ground. You owe us a goddamn bowl. Listen, guys, the ball is gone. I haven't murdered itself. I do have a shot put ball. Do you want it? Probably not. It's going to be very heavy. Will this... No, it will goddamn not. Thank you, officer. The jolly man takes the ball and bounces it in his hand. This is really something. Honestly, I think it's even better than our old bowl, even. Mon Dieu. Alright, fine. What do you want, officer? Yeah, he might know something. You seem to be playing in a crater. Yes. The terrain here provides a very interesting variety to a familiar game. Do you know what created it? I do. Fire from heavy artillery. Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why? Why what? Why was heavy artillery used? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Did you use artillery fire against them? Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly, we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did, with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't, though. We lacked calibre. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough. It was probably a bit more complicated than that. Why shell them here in Martinez? Because this place is the goddamn beachhead, he says, pointing to the bay. Had to soften the commies up first. Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. It's unfortunate that I don't have enough of a mind for history to like form any kind of like actual understand. Like people have explained all of the powers involved and what the war was. It kind of has been going in one ear out the other. It's unfortunate. It's because I don't pay any attention to history. I imagine you can draw a parallel. Oh, they're doing it's just like the French Revolution, or it's just like the Bastille Day, or whatever. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in '08. The other 2 are often Stella Maris and the Delta. Deathblow. Sounds grim. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing petanque on their mangled corpses. Blood Ground. You got old Renee going there. Like, he isn't angry enough already. That explains all the war damage. Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on this city before they stormed it, and it worked, too. There was a strange gleam in his eyes. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they kept as a monument. And now Union Socialists are practically running the place. Well, it's your own damn fault, the jolly man remarks. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course, they still hold influence. You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table. True. Let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think? Nothing. I don't think. I'm just so damn sorry it had to be the coalition. He isn't really paying attention to your words anymore. After 8 years fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, did you have to do that? Couldn't you have eaten berries? I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned to Revachol, or even if that damn clown Frizzell had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. This royal failure weighs heavily on him. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere, foreign influence peddling garbage, and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the rule of the suzerain with. What exactly is a suzerain? The suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened, when we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire. A -1 because I threw his bowl into the sea. I could go get it back. Well, you just talk to my swimming skill. See what he thinks of it. There's still plenty that I can get from him. What can you tell me about this firearm? It's a Belle Magrave, he says, taking the rifle. .446 caliber, breech loading, Revachol made. Good weapon, accurate and reliable. His moves are quick and precise as he first checks the weapon, then aims it at the sea. This man knows firearms intimately. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing, and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her? What do you mean find? This is my rifle. I always have it with me. No. In the basement there. I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone had something stashed away. As for your rifle, I don't know what to tell you. These BM 446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find. Do Maybells. Secret task complete. Ask the pétanque player about Maybells. He glances at it and frowns. I prefer the old name, Insulindian Lily. Girls brought them to young cadets when they entered service. Wearing them on your cap was supposed to bring good luck. This is a royalist military tradition? It used to be, he says with a sigh, but the communards were fond of them, too. Called them revolutionary flowers, bells of the revolution. Did they bring you good luck? You know what? No. They brought me misery, false hope, and disappointment. The revolutionaries sullied them. But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sullied the idea for you, was it? He looks at the old soldier almost gently. She gave them to me, too, and your jealous little heart just couldn't accept it. Enough, he cuts in sharply. I can go over these matters in detail with you, Gaston, but not while we have company. So, officer? Ask about that guard booth. Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the nights. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep for more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight. Feels like he has to justify himself for some reason. I saw a picture in there. You were in it. Who's the girl? She is nobody. This is none of your concern. I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM. Secret test complete! The lady is Jean-Marie Beaulieu. Gaston speaks with a soft voice, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody. You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard. Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since Monday. Hold on. Why do you want to leave? It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation. You see, officer, Rene is the kind of man who'd rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, seek it. A real man's man. He's just going to ride it out. Oh, what did we find in there? Like, expired painkillers or something. I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. The outburst makes him clutch his chest. It's nothing. Just got a cut back on the coffee. So who was working your shift that night? No one. The booth has been unmanned since Monday. He looks suddenly very old and tired. There's no other guard, just me. The container yard has been unguarded for a week? Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean, look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before Renee. Mr. Clare had that booth built specifically for him. It's mostly decorative. Mostly decorative. The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals. Everett created this job for Renee because he knows the Royal Carabiniers pension of honor. The Royal Carabiniers pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words. Everett gets it. Big guys looking after the small people. Such dependency only weakens a man further. Do or die. There is no middle ground. We need a program. Get the elderly back in the job market. Renee should rent out his services, invest the profits, get a few more guys. There is nothing wrong with tear collecting. It's my side thing, too. I didn't mean to imply there's something wrong with that. I do it, too. Everyone does it. It's an excellent side thing. Yes, yes, yes. Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now? Got it, thanks. The statue. Yes, King Felipe III on his steed, a reminder of what Revachol once was. Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold. A superpower feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule. What was that about cocaine? Oh, Philippe. Old Philippe was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His ecocentricity is borderline legendary. You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? He asks, obviously annoyed. That's why Philippine kings used cocaine, for clarity of vision, to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum, Revachol's finest years. He seems to grow taller, brimming with pride about the past. They used cocaine for clarity of vision. Was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court medic administered a dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest of course, he was able to connect with higher realms. Higher realms? Of course! It all makes sense! Sounds interesting. It's really not. Please do spare us the cocaine fairy tales. You know anything about just ask in general? Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement, but this affair has passed me by completely. And most of the locals. In Martinaise, the union is the law, so can you really blame them? But you don't have a problem with cops? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets. So again, you don't know anything? If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I am an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me. This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future. Oh, I got it. As Renee turns from you to his partner and back, the metals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and rib cage lifted, displaying them proudly. How many medals are there? 2. The larger one is shaped like a cross. The smaller medal resembles the sun. A crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle. It is the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in Suzerain's armed forces, awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of duty in service of King Friesel I. A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valence written below. Oh, and because I got both of those successes, I get to name both of the medals as I point to him. He's gonna love that. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans in service of King Friesel I during the Revolution. Both of them I just barely made, too. Nice. For bravery. It's a conflicted topic for the old veteran. There must have been a number of controversial episodes in his service days. That's what I was going to say, bravery. I'm sure, but I know this uniform's reputation. You were also wondering if I got these for raping women or killing babies. And so did you? Honor is everything to me, he says with grim finality. Whoa, sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation. This man will literally talk your ear off if you let him wander to memory lane. Let's, I guess, get into it. Because I didn't have anything else that I was going to do for the rest of the day. For doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my mortality in the eye. When men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shat themselves. He saved some maudit princeling who foolishly strolled in front of the front line in his gown of gold and velvet. Saved a princeling? It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Koran and were getting really ambitious. King Frizzle thought he could end it all with one decisive strike. The old carabiner. Is that what it is? No, but not carbine. Carabiner. Runs his fingers over the larger metal. Sent his cousin, Drysant, to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Drysant was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatoo feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity? He really despises that Drysand fellow. To keep the long and bloody story short, Drysant marched us against the partisans in Koran. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage. Hello, EverX. We've done a little bit today. We talked to the woman who's staying in the Whirling in Rags. She said right away that the guy who was hanged did not sexually assault her. They were partying together. She said that she was put up to lying by guy people. Hardy boys. Yeah, the one on the roof. We sent Kim to go turn in the body. I went and broke into an unrelated apartment, and there was kind of nothing in there. And now I've been talking to this Frenchman for a while now. I saw that they were playing a game and walked up, immediately picked up one of the balls and threw it as hard as I could into the water. And they were like, "What the hell? We were playing a game with that." I was like, "Sorry, I just do whatever my skills tell me to do." Bastards. I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw. Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee. Then what did you do? I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black. Capitaine Arnaud, le fleu de chevrier. Le fleu de chou. When I came to, it was all over, he continues, ignoring his companion. It was just me and jawless Drysant gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood, but despite his missing jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one. Johnny Lawjaw? I give up. Can't imagine living without my jaw. He didn't. A shadow of respect crossed his face. I hoisted the prick on my back and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived, and the jawless freak convinced Frizzle to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood, shit, and piss. He was the commanding officer and I was on duty, just doing my job. Cheval means horse? Okay. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning. You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty, more than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breast, a tarnished self-worth. Sounds like you're being modest. He stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless. What Monseigneur Modestie is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him in Dressant. 2 days later, that was. And that even whilst crawling with a mangled, half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way. Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there. This doesn't seem like a good moment to express an opinion. Don't want to risk it. You're just a little bit proud of his heroics, aren't you? Sorry, officer, you're reading me all wrong. I'm a man of peace, and these kinds of bloody heroics are only impressive to men like Rene himself. Certainly not to me. How did you find the story to be, officer? I'll butter him up. Maybe. But also bear in mind, officer, he points to the sun-shaped medal on Rene's chest, they don't hand these out for anyone with a service record. Oh, no. You have to get shot. He nods eagerly, repeatedly. You need to get your hands bloody, too. Really, really bloody. Cavalry is from the French cheval. Interesting. Do not speak of what you know nothing about, poltroon. He slams the heel of his boot in the ground. Duty is something you will never understand. I think I know why he despises just that. Okay. The end. There were many such stories in those days. Many such men, too. True Revacholians. Men with backbone. Oh, yes, Rene, yes. The jolly man nods meekly. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wears a fascia. Lord, please bring those days back if you can. I'm not getting into this with you again, he mumbles through clenched teeth and turns to you. Officer, was there anything else? You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier. That would be very difficult. And he hates me. Despite all the nice things I said to him, he still hates me. Okay, do I want to spend this? I think I might just spend it on interfacing so I can so that I can go, yeah, steal the map. Let's do it. 1 skill point is now worth 90 cents. We figured it out. Enormous bulls worthy of a real man. Maybe a sea monster did this to the plaza. Oh, of course. Is it closed now? Can I break in? Can I break in with my pry bar? Just steal everything? No. Well, yeah, that's easy enough. So if I were to go in here, I can get into the shop while it's closed, can't I? Steal all the books? Did I never come down here? Let's equip a flashlight. Cellar window. money. Oh. Wind howls in from the coal chute above. I still never found out the password in here. I also know there's no reason for me to lift this weight, right? Store on the other side is closed tonight. Come back tomorrow. Well, fine. Is there anything else that I notice on here? Maybe? No. Well, I wasn't planning to come back in order to specifically steal it while the store was closed. But I did want to steal it. Gotta get that achievement. Steal the postcard achievement.
Fuck, this cool okay?
Alright, so another point in empathy. I'll eventually, if I do that, maybe that'll be my next point. Spend empathy so I can finally be done with Kuno. Been streaming for over an hour and really haven't done much of anything.
Can I help you?
Got my bill for the night. Yeah, here you go. I get experience for it. That's good. Tomorrow will be a big day because the what do you call it? Oh, I also found another door upstairs. What is this? Oh, money. Also found money over here, really? Or is it from inside here? Let's look out the window. Hold on, what? Behind the dock workers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. Mysterious door seen, and I have the dice, which are giving me a +1? There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key. Someone hid the key in the bush and attached a yellow ribbon to make it easier to find. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence. Oh, they're not gonna listen to me. I need you guys to hand the... And I need the fatty to get his feet amputated because the smell is killing me. We can't always get what we want. Damn it, Dennis, you know I can't help it. Oh. Damn it, Dennis, you know I can't help it. Sorry, fucko, these guys won't help you. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. The hawthorn's got a bitch of a bite. I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you out in the bushes there. With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch, and slides it across the table to you. The key is brass. Workshop, spare, is etched to its bow. Bow? To the bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence. Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm? I'm tired of listening to your shit. Thank you. Off yourself. Make it up to me, cop. I still got my money on that. I wonder why this key was hanging right outside the Union Box window. Didn't even know it was there. Boys? No idea. Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place. I wonder what doors does it open. It's an older building, who knows? Man, oh man, I lucked out. And thank you, old man, for just handing me the key. Is it this one? Try the workshop spare key. The key fits! It takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years, but then the lock clicks. Do I really want to do this without Kim here? I have to now. I tried it, so I have to do it. Dust rises before you like mist. A tomb? Haunted by regal spirits from distant ages. No. Smells like engine grease and cut wood. A workshop. Wait for Kim, you think? Master Investigator! You just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you? It is my duty as a cop to investigate every square inch of this world and rub a skeleton arm with glue on it. The world's secrets were made for you. They wait patiently for you to uncover them. The Jamrock Shuffle. By now it's clear you like to look inside containers. You like to open doors and see what's behind them. Maybe secrets? Maybe more juicy containers? What is that thing eating? What is in your mouth? Spit it out! Let's be honest, you like all containers. Trash cans, utensil trays, manholes, coat pockets, secret containers left behind by Philippine kings that hold forbidden relics. Okay, you haven't come across one of those yet, but one day. Wait, is that why you're so hell-bent on opening containers? Do you think you'll find the Holy Scepter and the Orbe de Montagne? Alright, next skill point. I'm sorry, empathy. You don't get your skill point yet. I am first going to unlock the Jamrock Shuffle. Alright, I'll wait for Kim. I want him to be proud of me. What was the thing I was going... Oh, drama?
There you are again.
No, suggestion. Oh, and I have a quest to wash my hands or whatever. It's not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than you are right now. That soap scum smell. It smells like life, at least compared to you. I want to live forever with the corpse smell. Memento mori and all that stuff. Remember that you will die. The bathtub slowly fills with water. The water beckons. The water is only lukewarm, but still comforting, like amniotic fluid. A few beer cans are bobbing up and down along your flanks like sad duckies. You feel nice and lonely, and so tired. Leave the beer cans in. They continue to bob, as do your thoughts, aimlessly splashing up against the sides of the tub. Imagine something. You see the corpse. You can still smell the cadaver on you. It's going to take more than one bath to get rid of that stench. Then, Houses along a narrow street. A video rental. Darkness on the planet's curvature. Your fingers grow pale and are covered with tiny whorls as the water cools. The waterline recedes as you stand. You are cold now. Your clothes stick to your still moist skin. We did good. Is it... What do I need in order to... Electrochemistry, which... I haven't actually tried it. I don't even want to stop the expression from happening. Let the expression happen forever. Can I... Oh, I already have the pry bar. I guess you just can't open that, that's all. Alright. Go to sleep. No, not really. Well, I don't know how long you continue playing this game, like to get up to the point where you're like, oh yeah, I have like five or 6 points. Yeah, the three. What did it say we were aiming for? A 16 or an 18? You could, I mean, and plus I had +4 bonus. If I had like 5 points in electrochemistry, that wouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, I'm guessing if the game goes on for long enough, then yeah. The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and you try your hardest to fall asleep.
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man.
Why?
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety, but you cannot because of the pain.
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately. Conceptualization. Always making those big rolls. Although, I guess here I can't hover over and see what the roll was. Oh well. But this suffering, it must have some kind of meaning. A story that will come out of it. Perhaps even a story that you will write yourself. I'm an artist, and liver damage is my art.
Oh yeah, baby. Frame your suffering as a masterpiece. Only one problem. No one's watching. It's boring, buddy. Boring as death. You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
Just get me out of here then. Back to the other place.
Oh, baby boy, you're already in the other place. There's no nourishment for you tonight. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe if you, like, took a lot of drugs before you go to sleep, that'd do the trick. Maybe if you crack the damn thing and you feel satisfied and tired, holding the picture puzzle in your hands, complete. Maybe if you weren't so hard on yourself.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts. You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
So no dream, apparently. Well, the first night I walked around. Like, I had a dream in, like, a dream world where I walked around and did stuff. Let's put this back on. Also, let me take the flashlight off. Good morning.
Yes?
Let's try this again. What if you did it? Did what? The Hanged Man? Yes, you killed him. And then, as part of the plan, you drowned out the memory. Forgetting was merely a matter of convenience. Very clever. Maybe this is why your chest feels so hollow. You did an awful thing, and you can't even bring yourself to acknowledge it. Are you sure you would have had the strength to take down a hardened mercenary? You're not in the best shape. Let me not tell Kim about it. No, let's tell him about it. I am the murderer. And what has led you to this confusion? It would have been so convenient for me to forget about the murder and everything else. Thus far, your memory loss does not seem to be convenient for you or anyone else, except insofar as you've managed to avoid doing any work. I've done a lot of work, excuse me. Besides, I doubt you could have taken down a hardened mercenary single-handedly. See? You're clearly not a man in your prime anymore. Don't take it personally. It's just that security guards kept on by large corporations tend to be better trained and better armed than officers of the RCM. So you're saying I didn't kill him? I find that highly unlikely. It's not unusual for detectives to feel complicit in the crime until the perpetrator is apprehended, especially when the investigation is dragging. So let's get back to it, shall we? Let's get back to this. Franco-Nigerian. The theme is horses and swords. Yeah, he's great. This pinball is white Deora. The back glass shows a female figure in mourning. That's a pinball game? All these mesmerizing machines just waiting to be plugged back in and played. Run your finger across the dust. Feels like it might jump back to life at any moment, the lights illuminating the white-robed woman. What's white Deora? Some kind of... He looks around thinking. Inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the Dolorian Age. The history themes are the worst. Lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines. Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball. No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on. He doesn't. What about that other one? The Franco-Nigerian ball. Want to play that? No. Fire these up. You can't fire them up. They're broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist pinball. What a dumb name. Royalist pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now. It's a red check. I don't get to try this again. Encyclopedia, don't let me down. He let me down. It's strange he doesn't like pinball. Kim here is a Seolite. His people are incredibly dexterous, and they all love pinball. Matter of fact, hey, didn't you guys, like, invent pinball? Us guys. Stop! Volition, I'm sorry. I failed to roll. Now you get to watch. No matter. This is a failure. I'm failing, and I'm going to stop. Okay. I don't like pinball because I had to learn to do it for an undercover job at a pinball ring. And it's a lame, boring, and unchallenging game. There. Now we can move on. Super. Tip-top. This went pretty well, all things considered. So I was apparently about to be very racist and say, but all Asian people like pachinko. NB. The spare key is tied to a bush out... Who's NB? Whoever NB is. Was that... Are you NB? I forget. $5. Worth it. Nothing over here. This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The lattice cage is open, inviting you to step inside. Smells of nougat. Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. Fortunately, I'm wearing a bum hat. There's a control panel to your right, just enough room for 2 people to fit in. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, last maintenance, 10 July 88. That it does. I say let's brave it. Last maintained in the future? This is it. We found the time machine. Nice. I was like, the game seems alright, but where's all the time travel? Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months in the hospital. Maximum 5. What was this used for? Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint. He taps on the guttering light bulb. It's golden in the dark. Look at the controls. Large rectangular buttons, monitor, descender, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken. A small steel plaque reads, Halter 800. Halter is a Königsteiner lift company who went out of business a long, long time ago. We're gonna try. Is it gonna be okay? It is. Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. Schematics for a pinball machine. Futurism themed. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. The pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted. So this is where they brought the faulty pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point. 20 years ago? 15 maybe. Before pinball went out of vogue. I'm guessing Martin Ace North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over. Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen the Hardys bang away at it. Remember the dice maker? Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all left over from that. Yes, as the novelty dice maker said. This has nothing to do with the case, I'm sure, but I do like a nice little connection. But then it went bankrupt! Your skin crawls from making the connection. Could this mean the Whirling in Rags really is part of the doomed commercial area? If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy. Pinball. It's weird to think, like, pinball far predates, like, actually, like Pong or anything, right? Was there anything, like, there were pinball machines that weren't even electrical, right? Like, purely mechanical. You know, the thing would go over to do, and whatever something pulls over a thing and this little score board, a thing moves. It's weird. And people probably used to play it a whole lot. Stupid superstition, but still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this. It's not a ghost story, it's a curse. And Gart ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counter spells. Pinball maker's coat with plus to hand-eye coordination? What is this? This dusty old coat used to belong to someone called M. Knifelocks. The name is stitched into the silk lining. It smells of moths and ancient engine grease, but fits you perfectly. A strange, lonely emotion fills when you tighten the belt around your waist. Empathy. M. Knifelocks Blues. So, I mean, man. Looks good on me. Sure. Let's wear this from now on. You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor. Jackpot. The lieutenant takes out his notebook. These, unlike everything else here, are new. Someone's been here within the last week or two. 3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week, too. You know, officer. This is good. He likes it. There's a little smile there in the dark of the workshop. Columbo? I don't know when Columbo was. Certainly never watched it. The Blue Door was a mega investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation, which I would say is quite large. I mean, someone snuck through what seems like a secret route behind Classia's room in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant. Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Soul could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tip points both ways. Between that, the elevator door's in the corner, and that, he points to the barred door. Doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found at the hanging. The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me, or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though. Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor. We found a very important thing. There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side. This is electrochemistry. Hello. Hello, electrochemistry. You can almost see the shape of a man and woman writhing inside, bathed in drugs, sweat, and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere. He leans closer to inspect the peephole. You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious. You lean in closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural in there. Sensationally unnatural. So what's on the other side? Unless we've veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out onto the roof. We could ask Classia about this route. See how she reacts. Folded M dimension. A reference to the popular science fiction series In System. Look who's in a good mood suddenly and reads science fiction. Yes, it is quite likely that we will re-emerge on the M plane. Brace for psychokinetic impact. Or the roof. So should we talk to her again so soon?
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
I need to talk to you about your room again. That door there. Did you know it leads to a downstairs elevator? I did not. She takes a drag of her cigarette and smiles. Mystery solved then. I kept wondering where it led. We also, I think you weren't here for it. We had a very interesting conversation with all of our little skills. I failed a volition roll, then put in a skill point and redid it, and volition was like, all of the other skills are compromised when it comes to talking to this woman. He's like, you can't trust any of them. They're all going, like, she's lying to you, and every one of your skills is like hot woman, disregard suspicion. There may be more to this mystery at some later time. She's holding back. Let's make a mental note for now. I don't know if I want to tell her about the peephole. That seems... Do I want to ask Gart? Do we have any idea whose tracks those are? And were they going to the roof or were they going to the peephole? I'll just say there are... First we'll say that. Pinball workshop. It's like, okay, glad someone's had some fun. We'll say there are tracks on the floor. This isn't good. She's straight as a stick suddenly. Okay, I'll tell her. A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall? Yes. Looking into your bedroom, miss. The lieutenant points to her window. The unmade bed is visible through the glass. Okay. There's a pause as she processes this information. A jitter of fear and disgust moves through her body, beginning from her shoulders and ending in her hips. The cigarette tastes foul to her now. Do you think this is somehow connected to me? It could be. Could be connected. Do you have any way of knowing how long it has been there? Unfortunately, no. But if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf in your wall. It should not be hard to cover with some tape. If it is recent, who do you think made it? Shit, I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. Maybe the local kids use it or something. I don't know. We'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure. Was there anything else back there? Yeah, that's all for now. She's lost in thought, eyes narrowed, forehead furrowed. Is there anything else I wanted to ask her? Passport? I'm afraid you can't. Why is that? Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets. Thank you for your candor. Why? They say so in the tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. How do I know you've told us your real name? If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Clasia Amando. It's a weird name. I don't think I have the legal right to demand her passport. Pours herself coffee. If any of this made her nervous, I don't believe you, composure. You're compromised. You're fired. You're not allowed in my head anymore. That's weird, too, that I could have come up here, like, before I ever knocked on the door to talk to her, right? Again, the game wows me with how many different orders there are to all the things that you could do. What now? What's that? You see the yard below. The corpse is no longer there. I know. Oh, that's right. I was going to immediately unlock. Give me the Jamrock Shuffle. Also, White Morning is just about done. Wait, do I have another skill point? No, I guess I don't. Who are these? They weren't here before. Horse-faced woman. A woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would prefer not to talk to you right now.
I'm on a murder investigation. Are you the cavalry? She is the cavalry. Hence the horse face. I know that because I know French fluently.
Yes, I am.
I'm a cop too.
No.
Here's the real deal.
Thanks, Kim. Is everything all right? Why don't you want to talk to me?
I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
Why? I bring word of the end to come. I'm not going to say that. Maybe next playthrough. Thought Kim and I were the
No,
only
you're not.
ones.
You're not the only cop in the world.
Something changes in her. It's pity.
Okay,
Pity
fine.
comes over her.
Let's talk. What did you want?
What precinct are you from? What precinct? Oh, this is somebody that I know. Fucking deranged lunatic. The sunglasses wearing man pushes through his teeth. You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong. You're the police, right? So am I. I don't know what to say. Just don't say anything, Judith. What are you, the police, doing here? I'm just looking out for... No one! The man looks at her. I'm just a man with sunglasses, and you are... I just want to do my job, that's all. Something about the man with sunglasses and you, the energy between you two, is making her uncomfortable. Oh, I have to... Okay. And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow, on the streets, in the shop corner, and finally in a matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning, a modern death, divorce, or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him. Make him smaller. Make him less you. Plus 20% zoom out distance, which I never thought would be anything that you get as a feature of having unlocked a thing. And all motorics learning caps raised by 1, which isn't that impressive. Try it out. Total zoomage.
You look like shit.
Your ruffled face reflects in the man's
And I
sunglasses.
don't mean that as a metaphor.
You look like shit,
Wow.
asshole.
You seem stable and in control. Allow me to say, alcohol really seems to have had a positive effect on you. Now, what do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a different, or matches with a face in your head, a similar but different face. Kim, who is this guy? I'm not getting involved in this. I got something else I can put on for more esprit decor. That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing? Your voice, I recognize it. I lost my badge recently. When I called in to report it missing, you were there. That's the where you remember me from? What's wrong with decor? Is that... Right? Right? I don't know. I'll say it however I want. I haven't seen you before. Okay, then. It's probably a coincidence. People sound alike. Goodbye. Don't mind me while I just get changed in front of you. Oh, that's same thing. Nothing I have is lowering it, right? Right.
Again, I can't believe this shit.
No. There's something that binds you to him. Some kind of an outfit, maybe? A firefighter's uniform. Exactamundo. Gonna ask you straight. Are you or have you ever been a firefighter? Well, it depends. Define fire. Stop it, Sheen. No, he has never been a firefighter. No one here is a firefighter. Oh, okay. All right. I mean, I figured it wasn't De Corpse. Should I ask questions? I'll ask questions. All right. About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like? Guillaume. No! You will not start blabbering about that asshole. Alright, see you around. Maybe later with some spirit decor points, we will do something. I don't know.